All right, everybody, we're back once again. I am here with a Mr. Oh, sorry, wrong side. Mr. Shadow. He's on this side.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode.
Yeah. So we are here, and we're gonna talk about how right now society is starting to change little by little, because women are actually starting to wise up and understand that we are extremely needed, and the whole hatred towards men is actually damaging society more.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go maybe go with certain examples we've already had about how certain women, we've seen certain women start to little by little start to center themselves back to, how shall I say, not the rightful place, because the rightful place is in the kitchen. I'm kidding.
Oh,
No, just
the joke, guys.
it's a joke, guys. Don't get all in your feelies. But yeah, no, we're the place where they were at, you know, where the feminists brought them to was so extreme. You know, the whole wanting to be like men. There's no way a woman could be like a man.
It's impossible.
That's like,
There's no way it can happen. You can act like it, but it just won't be 100%.
right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like us trying to have babies. It
Sounds
just,
weird, but yeah.
right? You see what I'm saying?
You gotta compare it, guys.
Like that's you know, it's not, it doesn't make any sense. It's practically what we're saying, and they're starting to go back to their traditional role. Of course, not all, but the ones that went through the last 15, maybe we'll say 20 to 15 years, those women have already gone through the whole indoctrination of feminism. So since they've already gone through it, excuse me, they're kind of the after. Do you know what I mean? Like they're the result of all that indoctrination. And since they're now the result of it, you can actually see what has happened to them, and a lot of them have turned into extremely miserable cat or dog ladies.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, and
No family, you just have a cat by their side. You don't want to live like that, guys.
yeah,
You really don't. It's a sad way to go.
yeah. To that one woman that listens to us, because I'm sure the majority are men. But to that one woman that actually watches us, you know, you have to really try to change your ways as a woman, because men, we shut down. You know, we literally just stop interacting. That's literally what we do, and that's the complaint out there. The complaint from most of the girls what I hear is, you know, why are not guys not coming and talking to us? Why are they not even trying to be in the places where women not are anymore? Because before, that's what it was. You know, the clubs, you go to the clubs and women go in for free, men have to pay. You know, I don't know if you remember that, or maybe you went through that, but I did.
No, I did not.
Okay, so yeah, because you don't really go out, like, you know, I used to kind of go out a little with certain people, until I wised up too and figured out what's the point of going out if I'm just gonna go and spend money on somebody that I don't know. But anyways, that's a different episode too. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but I have friends tell me it's like that, so
yeah, you know, because
it's not like what you're saying before with your experience. It's way different nowadays.
Yeah, you know, and it literally just started changing the last 2-3 years. This isn't something that happened, you know, back in the day when I was a youngin'. No, this literally has happened within the last 2 to 3 years, where guys have just we just wised up. That's literally what it was. And we stopped following the feminist indoctrination where we have to bow down to every single woman, and she is always the best, and she's the most right, and she's the most righteous, and we are nothing but slaves and hobbits and ghouls and goblins. You know what I mean? Like, and they are royalty.
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing. That's a thing. That's an ancient past now. Unfortunately, and it really started changing within the last 3 to 2 years, where guys literally they kind of started realizing that they are so ungrateful that they expect us to, they like want to step on our face, spit on our face while we're down, and make us feel bad because they want to feel so much better, you know. And the thing is if we do that to them, now we're the bad guy. Oh, they're the victim. So
yeah, it's like all one-sided.
Yeah, so it's like that selective feminism and that selective wanting standards, but only when it benefits me. The whole, you know, and that's just not how reality works, especially for us as men, you know, because we know that women carry the majority of debt, you know. That's one thing. And the other thing is women, because they carry the debt, they love to spend, and they love to spend our money that we work hard for.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm just not okay with that, you know. Another thing is they're not worried about the future. They want us to worry about that, but at the same time, they want to mess up our present. And it's like, well, if you're affecting my present, how can I look at the future? You know?
Yeah,
it just doesn't
work out.
It doesn't work out. It just doesn't make much sense. So that's another. I guess that one's also another episode we can do just on that. You know, each single thing. You know, like when it comes down to the finances, most of the guys have found out that we don't need to spend our money. You know, and it doesn't benefit us.
Dude, there's like so many reasons, many ways to make money, or do with the money. I mean,
yeah, like, you know, again, if the majority of debt is going to the half that spends all the time, and the other half, which is us, we are investing our money and duplicating our money, then the poverty is going to be seen a lot more, because we know how to be extremely disciplined when it comes down to our finances. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're spot on the majority of the time. I mean, you always have the feminine guy. You know, there's always a feminine guy out there, or a simp who wants to go and, I'm sorry, a shrimp. I forgot if that word is not.
Oh, we gotta censor that out.
We might have to censor that out. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. But I'm sure there's a shrimp out there who's more than happy and willing to work like a mule, get treated like a second-class citizen, get paid pennies for his hard work and physical work, and then go to a what they call a dancer club. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that type of club where they dance.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we all know.
The audience knows.
You better figure that one out. So it's like, you know, they go to these clubs where I don't even know if they're a club really. It's more of a, you know, whatever. These girls are dancing and they're getting money for it. So, and this guy just worked hard, you know, working 50 to 60 hours of overtime, along with his regular 40 hours, working like 20 extra overtime hours, killing himself. And all he does is go to these clubs and just throws money at them. And it's like, they don't even earn it. They don't even have to earn it. Like, it's insane, you know? And that in itself right there is usually a guy who's extremely, again, he's a guy who's more of a feminine thought, where he believes that you can buy your friends, buy a girl, buy, you know, you can't. That's not really that's not really your friend. You know,
No.
second of all, that girl's not gonna go home with you. So that in itself is an illusion.
Yeah. She's gonna sound like she's interested,
yeah,
but she's just acting.
of
You gotta
course.
think about it like that, guys.
Okay, so yeah, so as a guy, you should be thinking to yourself, yeah, there's no way even if this girl does go home with me, I'd have to be there all the time. And then now I'm spending, $1,000 or so dollars, within a month just trying to get to know her. So again, that's delusion right there, where you actually believe, oh, I'm gonna go home with this girl. And no, you're not. That's not what's happening.
No.
And even if she does, she's only gonna go home with you to take your money anyways, or whatever you got left. So it's
Yeah. Imagine how
it,
many guys she's done that to.
yeah, and I mean that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. I mean, I guess I don't.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah, they're acting.
yeah. Personally, I've
They act
only
like they like you, but they don't.
yeah, of course. And like I said, personally, I think I've been there once, and it was like my first time, and I had a friend's birthday, and we went, and at first I was like, oh, cool, this seems like kind of a party vibe, and then they come like table to table asking all kinds of questions, and you're like, how much do you want this for this much? Can you buy this for me right here, like a drink or something? And I'm just like, wait, hold up, I came here to watch. I didn't come here to spend more money. Like I was, and I didn't understand it. And then one finally came and sat down, and we had a conversation. Again, I wasn't there because I wanted to. And then I asked her a few questions. She was being honest, and the conversation we had was, these guys just come in here and they just kind of pay her tuition, because she was trying to become a nurse. So it's like, the way she practically explained it to me is, it's a job in which I have to pretend to be. So it's more of an acting job than it is anything else. You know what I mean? So I have to sell them this illusion so they believe it, so I can get what I want, and then by getting their illusion, they get what they want.
Yeah.
And then as time went by, like I said, in the last 3 to 2 years, guys started noticing that particular mentality that they had inside those clubs started overflowing to other places. And I believe personally I had to do with social media, because that's where all those dancers would get on online on TikTok or whatever, and then they would go ahead and make these short videos and have these targeted towards women, and these women would be like, yeah, she's right, why aren't I getting money? Yeah, that's right, this should be paying my bills. Yeah, they should be, like, there's a girl who went on there. I thought she was a regular girl, but I guess she's one of the, I don't even know if we can say that, but I'm going to say OF. Yeah, one of those OF girls. So she was telling girls to go ahead and get a roster of like 7-8 guys, so then that way they could all pay her bills, right? And this I saw this like literally no more than I think it was last week. I saw this video, and when I saw it, I was like, "What the heck is she doing? She's destroying society internally, And come to find out that she was one of those models, and then on top of that, she was a dancer, and then on top of that, some of the actual normal women of society actually shamed her. Actually came on there, like they literally commented on their on her video, and they gave her some of them even gave her a response, is how about just go and work for your own money instead of trying to rip people off. And why don't you have shame in what you're doing? Because that's another factor that we had stopped the whole shame thing. Oh, don't shame me for, I don't know, being promiscuous and being a 304 and having I don't know, only 100 guys on my list. Jesus.
Yeah,
So
it's so normalized now.
yeah, do you see what I'm saying? And cheating has been normalized. Oh, you didn't pay attention to me that one day, so I had to go and be with these 3 guys at the same time. What?
It's absolutely insane.
What?
What kind of excuse just to cheat?
What?
You could be with the guy for 10 years and then they tell you that. It's
And
make
again,
you go crazy.
right? And that's our main nightmare scenario is having a woman tell us after 18 years it's not yours. You know what I mean? And it's like, wait, you waited 18 years to tell me? You're telling me now? Now that I don't have to pay for the child. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of behavior 5 years ago was accepted. You know, it was starting to get exposed, but it was very accepted. Because remember, that was the whole believe all women and everything they say. And yeah, there was a lady who came. I don't know if you know, there was a lady who came out. She said she got hit with a brick on her face, and it was a lie. And then, but all the women at that time were like, "See, guys, don't protect us. Men are nothing. They're trash. This and that." Yeah, there's all kinds of stupid videos on it and comments about how we are nothing. Come to find out, she was lying and she scammed people. She was just a scammer.
And some people don't know that.
Yeah, so
that's the scary part.
Well, that's the thing. So now you look at that, and then you want us to believe everything that women say, you know. Plus, women love attention, you know. So recently, there was another girl who came out who lied. I'm sure you know about this one. She was DoorDash, I believe it was, or one of those food delivery companies that she worked for.
I think about.
Huh?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then
Up on TikTok.
She goes to his house. The door's like cracked open in a way. You know, the guy's like butt naked in his house and passed out on his couch. So he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's in his own house, his property. He's not doing anything to anybody.
Yeah, and then she just
good at that.
Yeah, she decided to come out, and the worst part is her own video, kind of, you know, how should I say, practically convicted her. You know what I mean? Her own video, because she started taping as she went in. And that there is like, crazy. Wait a second, he didn't invite you in? That's dumb. And then, you know, on top of that, there's the I forgot what the doorbell cam is. Anyways, one of those cameras at the front door. I think it is a doorbell cam, right? Yeah. So that also came out to be, and now she's getting sentenced now for first defamation. It's just, come on. You know,
she got charged?
Yeah, she's in court at the moment. I don't know if she got sentenced just yet, but she is facing a few years.
Wait, did she accuse the guy of something, or?
Yeah, she came out.
Right.
Yeah, she came out. She was on her phone, and I saw the video, you know, like once. I didn't want to keep watching it. I just saw it once. But it starts with her opening the door right then and there. It's like, why are you opening the door? And then
to like a stranger's house.
Yeah, and then
crazy.
she turns around and then turns the phone on her and starts saying how this guy did this and that and blah blah blah. She's just made up this whole thing, and then she went home. And then when she went home, she made another video. And then the next day, she made another video about the exact same situation. And then people were a little skeptical, you know, because she just wanted the attention. I get it. You want the attention. That's what you thrive off of. But you can't do it at the cost of another man's life, you know. And thank God for technology. Because I can just imagine how many guys back in the day got accused and had no way of showing they were innocent. They had absolutely no way of showing they were innocent. So that's a thought that goes through my mind. That's a nightmare, because now, even the accusations they're not believable. Like, hey, speaking of that, I have a confession to make. I got accused. I know I think it was maybe last year, right? We're in 2026 now. So in 2025, apparently I got accused of saying somebody had a shining smile, or keep shining, keep smiling, something of that sort, right? Again, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember saying that.
That's insane.
I know. I got that. Supposedly that was that made them feel uncomfortable, and I was this, I don't know, rapist of some sort and a creep, and but unfortunately there was more to it. Of course, there was a female guy that convinced this girl to say that to save his butt. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So, and then HR tried to do that to me. Unfortunately, I had to get a representative involved, and things have definitely turned bad for them. The company is now looking at hot water, we'll call it.
Wow.
Yeah, so now it's like and all because of a girl that decided to save a guy, and the guy practically, because I'm gonna say the guy is practically a freaking weasel, and everybody knows he's that type of guy. He got exposed, like completely exposed.
Oh wow.
And I know this doesn't have to do with what we were talking about, but I might as well talk about it now that
example, guys.
I'm in it. You know what I mean? So I'm literally a living example of a false accusation. You
lived through it. Yeah.
I lived through it. Again, I know I didn't do anything wrong, and let's just say I told somebody, keep shining, or your smile is shining, or keep smiling, because I forgot what the words did. Again, I don't remember even saying that. So supposedly, if anything, I'm gonna say, yo, keep shining. That I will say. I guess I can say to somebody. But again, that's a positive, inspiring,
positive attitude,
right? That's an inspiring thing. That's for me to get you inspired and get you feeling good. That has nothing to do with anything bad or anything. I don't know how that can even be manipulated into something bad. But they tried, and HR tried too. And HR is a woman, so I made her look really bad, because they try to use like everything in the book, but nothing worked, nothing was sticking, and nothing was making sense. So they look extremely unprofessional. One. Two, to me, that's considered damaging to my character. So that's another problem that I have. Three, the feminine guy, he himself has already been exposed for being a piece of crap. Everybody knows that. This guy is like the lowest of the lowest, and they all know that.
Wow.
There's a reason why they know him as a weasel, because apparently another guy who's a little bit bigger than him confronted him about being a piece of crap and a cheater on something that has nothing to do with my situation. And the guy confronted him, he like told him straight up, hey man, you're a piece of crap for this and that. And you know what the weasel said? Nothing.
Just crickets.
Crickets.
You gotta insert a cricket noise.
Yes, sir. I am gonna find it and I'm gonna stick it in this thing. Yeah. Because it was a surprise to me. One, because I already know I didn't do anything. So I just, as I say, it wasn't like it was a surprise to me that HR would actually try to turn this. This is a professional company. This HR person, I already know, has to have studied to be either an HR person of some sort. They have had to either have some type of study, and
like a training.
They have to have some type of training of some sort, unless they were picked because they know somebody there. And so we don't know that. That's we're gonna find that out. The story is gonna unfold. It's already unfolded pretty much, into something that they made themselves look like really bad people. And it's fine to me because, again, like, I have nothing to hide. I didn't do anything, so I don't really give a crap. I just kind of laughed it off in a way because I was like, really? Like, that's what you have on me? That's like saying, we got you because you smiled. What?
Wow.
What? Yeah, you robbed the store because you smiled right when we said it. And it's like, okay, now you're starting to sound dumb. You know what I mean? Like, that's just,
in court, that would sound really dumb.
That's exactly.
Cannot say that in court,
right? So that's what I'm saying. The case would get thrown out, and the judge would just laugh at it, like, "What are you doing? Why are you wasting my time?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's.
I can just imagine that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Sir, judge, he smiled. Arrest him.
Yeah. Put
him in jail.
Yeah. So and that's the main point right there, is we believe all women, and that's where the problem lies, because at first they believed what she said, but the accusation is a dumb accusation. That's like me saying, "Hey, bro, cool hairdo. Are you gonna think I'm trying to be with you, bro?" No. What do you mean? Oh, thanks, I guess. I mean, that's what you would say. You would be like, that's a weird comment. Thanks, though, I guess. That's it. And you wouldn't be like, oh, he's trying to sexually be with me.
No.
Like,
no.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just.
That's a bit odd, I think.
Yeah, so it's not even. How should I say? It's not even borderline or gray area type of comment. Like, you could tell a girl, I see you have a future here. You know what I mean? You could kind of say it like that, and that can be construed in different ways. But since he didn't use the actual words to define what he meant, they can't. You can't really say that. But again, if I say, "Hey, man, have a happy day, have a good day, happy Friday," it's just, you know what I mean? They try to make it seem like, oh, he's trying to be with me. Like, no, nobody's.
Yeah, they try to twist it to the most.
What are you talking about?
Unlikely scenario.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Kind of like remember how I told you there was, I had a friend who, he was driving down the street, and there was a girl who looked like she was going through some stuff, and he just kind of stopped and said, "Hey, you okay?" And she just started screaming and yelling, "Ah!" like out of the top of her lungs, and he just drove off. He just drove off.
And now he's not gonna help another woman again.
Never.
Traumatized.
Never. You know what I mean? Because me too. I'm never gonna say anything to any girl here. At least not in this country. Because in this country, you can't say a damn thing. Because if you tell somebody, "Yo, keep smiling," and that's considered harassment? Like, what? How's that?
Yeah, no, any word.
Yeah, like that's just, then you can't say anything. And then you want to, these women online, they all want to ask, well, where are all the good men? Nobody wants to talk to you, because you can falsely accuse me of something, whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Your reputation and your character gets affected by it.
Like life, yeah.
Yeah. So like me, I'm not I don't really care pretty much what people think. I know the truth, and that's what matters to me. And if I did anything wrong, I would have been reprimanded by now. Unfortunately, HR couldn't do a damn thing. As a matter of fact, they tried to twist it on me, and then I twisted it back on them. And then when I got a representative, they just shut up. They haven't talked to me at all, which I thought was hilarious. Because again, I didn't do anything.
No.
It's like I didn't do anything, so I have nothing to hide. And they saw that, and that pissed them off even more. So now when I walk down, where I work at, they don't even want to look my way because they know they're wrong. See that's the one thing about this. I don't know if this has much to do with what we're talking about, but this has to do with your character as a man. If you're, the reason why your parents tell you don't do bad things is because when you do a bad thing, you may not get caught for that bad thing. You may not get reprimanded at that moment for that bad thing.
Yeah. But
your subconscious will carry that bad thing, because your subconscious knows. You can't lie to yourself. That's dumb.
Because you're actively doing it.
Right? So you're doing something wrong. Right? So you carry that with you. And then that's what where the Bible starts to come into it, where it states, we're not getting religious. I'd love to have religious conversations, but unfortunately that's not what this show is about. But it comes down to the point where in the Bible there's a part where it says you carry your own cross, and that's literally what that becomes. It becomes something that you carry with you, and that evilness that you gave out, or when you did it, you carry that with you. And when you've done nothing wrong, you don't carry that, so nothing bothers you, because you know what's going on. You didn't do anything. The problem is when somebody's done something bad, and then they start making excuses, and then the lies, and then on top of that you have to lie some more, which we go back to what we were just talking about, which is when women lie and they don't understand the repercussions that are coming with those lies, with those false accusations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know they're wrong, and they have to act. Since they can't take accountability and responsibility for their stupidity, they have to keep on fighting and stay on the track of, I'm gonna keep making a lie on top of another lie on top of another lie on top of another lie, because that is the only way they can start convincing themselves that they're right, even though everybody else sees they're wrong. Do you see how that works? So they carry that with them, and that same guilt is what which is their guilt shines and gives them their true colors.
Yeah, shows you the real them.
And that's when you find out who they truly are. And like I said, this feminine guy who was involved in this whole situation, everybody already knows who he is. And like
the real him came out.
The real him came out.
Yeah.
There's no way of hiding who this piece of crap is. He's just a piece of crap. There's no way around it. Everybody knows it, right? But again, since I'm not the type that's gonna sit here and interact and do the whole, I'm gonna panic. I'm like, bro, I don't really care what you do or what you say. I've already been through really rough places, and I'm not really scared of something like this because first, I already know I didn't do anything wrong. Second, my conscience is completely clear. Third, good usually prevails. Most of the time it does, and if it doesn't right now, it will in the future. So I may see it, I may not see it, but either way, their own bundle that they're carrying of guilt or evil or whatever you want to call it, and negativity, it's gonna overflow through them, because they're weak.
Yeah.
Their weakness shows, and that's where a lot of guys show their weaknesses is when there's a woman involved, and if she comes and says something, they will try to make it worse than what it is. Those type of guys are the guys that will lie, that will be sneaky. They're the ones that want to be the girl's friend, and
Yeah.
you know, they're the ones that are trying to do everything possible with a motive, meaning, oh, you know, I'll give her this, and then that way she owes me. And then when she finally says, no, bro, you're getting nothing from me, the store's closed here, then that's the same guy that gets really mad because he's put so much effort into it, but it's all with bad intentions. So it turns out to be a bad situation, you know, in which he ends up with nothing, which is the same.
Know that.
Yeah,
so that's how they take advantage.
That's right. See, and then that's why they take advantage of those guys. And I'm okay with when they take advantage of a guy like that. Do it. The guy deserves it.
They deserve it.
They deserve it.
You know? Need to learn either way, so it's gotta happen. You know.
Hey, just like when a guy leaves a girl who you know he's been good to, and then she's been nothing but a, you know, he just doesn't enable her bad behavior, and he just leaves, and that's it. And she deserves that, you know. So it that goes both ways. That in that case, guess what? That's equality. You know, it's equal. Yeah. but when it comes down to it, it goes back to the whole thing where now all the guys are starting to notice all those lies are just lies, and we're no longer trying to play their game. You know?
No. I can say that all men got tired of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still have the shrimps who are gonna keep doing what they do, because again.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are low lives. They don't, you know, they don't think highly of themselves. They'll do anything just to get, I don't know, a pat on the head. Oh yeah, I'm a good doggy. You know what I mean? Like they're dumb. They're the type of guy that goes to that club and gives that money up and pays her tuition for free. For free. And she doesn't have to do anything for this guy. It's amazing. You know? And like we said before, those guys deserve that. You know? Because if you don't think highly of yourself and you have no standards, of course you're going to end up in a place like that. You don't think highly of yourself. You know you can't get a girl regularly, so you have to go and try to get some type of affection from, you know, that you're paying for, you know. And then again, I'm not saying that if you're a guy and you pay for it, that it's completely bad, because again, that's another episode too, where there is a difference between a shrimp and what they consider a trick. You know, there's a big difference between those two type of guys, because one is completely weak, the other one has just gone through a really traumatic event, and usually he's the type of guy that's like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay for it. Just gonna pay for it. But that's another episode. That's not what we're talking about right now. But it's
sneak peek, guys.
Yeah, sneak peek for future reference. So we go back to what we were saying is society is starting to see that the exaggeration, the manipulation, the dramatization of situations, they try to make something out of nothing when it's convenient for them. But when you do the same for them, now they become the victim. You know? And
then they get destroyed by it.
Yeah. Well again,
they won't think it'll happen to them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it goes back.
Everyone always, more than likely, everyone believes them and not the other person. Not the man.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I learned in this situation though was when a woman does that, keep your mouth shut. You know, just keep your mouth shut as much as possible. Try to keep all your conversations to a minimum. Speak to a chosen few, and let the facts come out. Let the facts be the ones that speak for you. because they're speaking through lies and delusion and the illusion of something that they want to make happen. It's all made up. But that's when the truth will come out and it will shine through, and there's no way they can't see it. So if you've done nothing, then you owe nothing, and then you're gonna be
you don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say a damn thing. Like on this, I was so I was surprised because I kept quiet throughout the whole, from when it started all the way till now. Even now, I'm extremely quiet. I try not to. It's actually helped me too with my mental and internal state, where now I control my emotions even better than before. It's great. I think it was a great experience to me, and that's why I can share it. Is because most guys will look at it as something bad. I look at it as a great experience because it has made me even stronger than what I was before. I no longer have to play the game. I no longer care what anybody thinks. Those who know me, and those who don't will always keep on talking because they don't. They can just imagine of what's going on. And as a man, you could use what they're imagining to your advantage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because then they don't know your next move. It's a borderline gray area, I guess, in there, because it's more like of a Machiavellian type of tactic. And you literally, they don't know when you're gonna attack back. You don't know when you're gonna defend yourself. They don't know when you're actually gonna speak, and then when you do speak, it's gonna, people do listen. So because you don't say much, because the like us right now, right? We're saying a lot of stuff, right? So people expect that because it is a podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we talk about certain subjects. So we're supposed to do this. But when you're in a work setting, it's a little different because the more you speak, the more they can use against you. You know what I mean? And
what cops say to you,
literally,
anything will be used against you. Yeah.
Anything you say can and will be used against you, in the court of law. So that's,
you have to keep that in mind when you're working at a job nowadays.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that in mind. You gotta be careful what you say. If you want to get to a girl, talk to a girl, be mindful of what you say.
Oh yeah.
Don't say no crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know some guys are bold.
Oh, of course.
And they'll come back to haunt them.
Unfortunately.
I'll say that,
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
I try to the thing that I do, my little trick that I use for me, is I pretend that I have a camera watching me at all times.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
And may she rest in peace. I also, she was a great lady. My grandma, I pretend that she's right next to me at all times. And if she doesn't approve of what I've just done, of my behavior, then I shouldn't be doing it. Because she always saw the good in me, and literally, she always saw who I truly was. The only one, by the way, because everybody else in my family saw me a little different. But she's the only one that did that. So I try to do everything possible as if she was watching me. So it makes it so that I have boundaries for myself, and I have standards for myself and how I must conduct myself, so I don't derail from who I truly am.
Yeah.
And that's a great trick to use, because that keeps me honest, and it keeps me real, down to earth. It keeps me focused on what I have to do, and nothing could sit here and distract me from it, because I feel as though she's watching me. So then I'm in my best behavior at all times. So that's a good trick that you can use in your work in case you want to avoid certain things, because all this stuff at work started when females were given the remember that movement, what was it, the Me Too movement, right? That's when all this started at every workplace. Then all of a sudden all these accusations started coming out. Now, I'm not saying women didn't experience it, and I'm sure some of them were, most likely telling the truth. But there was a lot other ones who were just there trying to get extra money. They're just trying to get some other guy in trouble because they're jealous of that he's not paying attention to them. They're jealous because he gets paid more than them. They're jealous because, I don't know, he's better than her boyfriend. They're jealous, you know what I mean? Like, they have all these weird things that they're already going through, and they use that tactic to try to get somebody back. You know what I mean? Again, you got to put somebody down in order to make yourself feel better. Now,
that's crazy.
Yeah, as a real man, if you know your value, you don't have to put anybody else down. You can point out.
No, you really don't.
You really don't. You can point out somebody as an example. Like my main example of a shrimp is still that comedian. My main example of a piece of crap weasel is that guy that I work with. So it's like, these type of situations can turn bad if you don't have the right mentality. So I advise every guy out there to keep doing what they're doing. I actually encourage them to stop talking to them. There's gonna, because they're not all women are the same, right? One. And there are some out there that are extremely exceptional. They are just the diamond in the rough. They are wonderful women. That's the one, when you do find one like that, of course, talk to her. She's, she's great. She's not gonna go ahead and accuse you of anything bad. She's not gonna go ahead and try to create drama. She's not trying to get you in a fight with somebody else physically. That toxic mentality usually comes from women that, again, it's fatherless behavior. So it comes from women that just don't understand masculinity. So there is a lot of girls out there that have good fathers and that have been taught correctly. So not all of them are the same. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying the majority of them have adapted what they've seen online, and they adapt it and they think it's reality. So then they go home and then they try to implement that into their lives, and that's not true. You know what I mean? Again, a false accusation of getting a brick thrown at your face. That never happened. It was an allergic reaction to something she had injected. And then the other one is the girl who did the whole DoorDash thing when supposedly the guy did. Now she's about to get sentenced. That's something that she brought upon herself. She deserves whatever she got coming to her.
Yeah, there's no reason to do.
Yeah, that's like, and then again, my situation where you have, they're gonna pay. They're gonna pay. There's no way around it. It's just a matter of time. So I just have to step back and stay patient and keep my faith in what I do and keep focused on who I am, and again, I am an example of one of those guys. Now, my stuff wasn't, not even compared to what some of these guys have gone through, where they've been falsely accused and they couldn't, get themselves out of it. And it took a long time for the truth to come out. Thank God I'm not in that type of situation, because again, I don't put myself in that type of situation. I'm just not going to do that.
So you don't have to deal with it. Yeah.
I don't have to deal with it, right? So this was one of those things. Now imagine if I was the type of guy that was really, really with intent to be with these women or with this particular girl. And again, we're talking about a girl that's like a 3. She's not even, you know what I mean? She's not even at my level. Oh. No offense, but mentally, there's no brain there. Physically, I know I don't want to be mean, but she's not. She's not.
Not.
How should I say? Yeah, it's not my preference. Let's just say.
Yeah,
And
everyone has their own preference.
everybody has their own preference, and
Yep.
and I'm sure everybody's beautiful in their own way. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it in this particular person. So my intent to supposedly want to be with this person, that's not even close. Not even the type of girl I even keep as a friend, to be honest, because it's just not even worth. You know what I mean? There's no.
Oh, wow.
I'm not. I'm not gonna do anything for her. Like hell no. You know. I mean, I don't have that inspiration in me. Like if she was a 6 or a 7, then I'd be like, okay, sure. You know what I mean? Let's be friends. You know what I mean? Let's see how I can turn this around and not be her friend and get out the friend zone or whatever. But we're talking about somebody that I have no, how shall I say, no desire at all. Like if not even on a slow Tuesday. You know what I mean? I don't think I would. I don't think I would even do that on a slow Tuesday. So, you know, and again, the girls too that have been, you know, gone viral, that have done this false accusations, they're also not very pretty women, and they're just women that want attention. They just want to feel like, oh,
Yeah, it's a pattern.
you know, it's not really, yeah, because really pretty women, a lot of them ignore stuff like that. You know, they try not to even.
They don't need it. They already get enough of it.
They get so much attention, they don't need attention. They're like,
Yeah.
I got enough attention. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? I just want to be pretty on my own. You know, so that's how those women are. So it's like, you know, so you notice a big pattern. Usually these women are not very pretty. They just want attention. Nobody really pays attention to them. Nobody really hears them out. They just get used and abused. So it's like, you know, they kind of, you know, personally to me, they're useless women. And that's why they go through what they go through, because they're not very happy with themselves. They don't take care of themselves. And it's, you know, of course, they're just trying to grasp onto anything. They just need to grab onto something. Anything.
One.
You know what I mean? To make themselves feel important or desired or whatever women feel or want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, we'll leave it at that. But then we go back to this, to, you know, the closing thoughts on this is, for me, is if for some reason you do come out with somebody falsely accusing you, do everything possible to stay as quiet as possible, especially if you've done absolutely nothing wrong. Because if you know you've done nothing wrong, your conscience is clear, there's nothing they can do anyways. It doesn't matter what happens, they can't do anything.
You shouldn't be scared.
Yeah, and
You've done nothing.
Don't give in to their game where they try to set you up, like they try to get more information from you, or they're trying to say, oh well, he's doing this or he's saying that, so then, oh, we could tie that. No, don't do all that yourself, because there's guys who are extremely feminine that will try the whole manipulation game, and that's how they roll. Because again, the guy that was involved, he's so feminine that when he got hit up by a real man, like a real man confronted him, he did absolutely nothing. Like nothing, bro. And so that went to show you right there that he talks tough, he talks a good one, but he does nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of the times it's just talking. It's a lot of hearsay. So if you stay quiet, the less you say, the better it's going to be for you if you're in that type of situation. And another thing is that is another reason why us as men, we're not going to go out there and talk to these women. It doesn't make any sense, you know, because
unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, unless it's
in certain situations, you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
So I'll say that.
So yeah, and another thing is if you've already started not talking to these women, not going out, not paying for them, once you've already started that, you're already winning. And do yourself a favor and stay focused on that, and you're gonna find the girl that's gonna come, and how shall I say, she's gonna appreciate how you're focused on your goals and what you're trying to do, and she's gonna see how secure you are in yourself. So that's gonna be a whole different thing, in which you're gonna actually find a girl who's in love with you, instead of a girl who's in love with what you provide or give.
Yeah.
So stay focused on that. And to all the women, if there is an actual woman that listens to us, that one, if you do listen to us, you know, do yourself a favor and stop trying to be like the modern ones. That's not gonna help you out. If you want to get married, if you want to have children, and again,
Yeah.
always walk around. If you're a woman, walk around thinking to yourself, would I treat my son this way? Would I want my son being treated this way? And you will see that your attitude will completely change, because once you internalize that and how certain people get treated, or how certain women treat men, then you internalize it to your kid, somebody you love, somebody that's close to you, then you're most likely going to change up and be like, you know what, I don't want anybody treating my son that way, so I'm not gonna act that way, and I'm gonna conduct in a better way. So what are your closing thoughts on this whole situation that we started talking about and we ended up somewhere else?
Okay, my closing remarks is always be cautious of what you're gonna say to a female in the work space. There is, at work you will get crushes, but like you could talk to them, small talk. If you could still date them, but you have to be careful on what you do. I'll say, like, if you ask for your number, or if you ask for their number and they say no, just leave it at that. Just leave it alone. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, with what you just said, it made me think of another thing: is don't poop where you eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't.
But there's some guys that don't follow by that, but I'll say that.
Yeah. Like
what I just said, do that, but don't push it.
Yeah, because
I'm no is no.
Because I'm the type, you know, I'm practically the type of person that I don't believe in work relationships. I truly don't believe in them. You know, but that's just me. Again.
Yeah, the younger generation doesn't really follow that.
Yeah, you know, so it's
that's why I said what I said. So
yeah, no, I get it. You know, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's wrong what you said.
It will happen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm adding on to what you said, and I'm just saying don't eat where you poop and don't poop where you eat. That's all I'm saying.
It's a warning. You can still do it, but it's just a warning.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just adding on to that final thought. Okay, so we're good with that. Hopefully, somebody can learn from all this, and if it can change your life, we've done our job. So with that said, are we out, Mr. Shadow?
Yep, we're out. On to the next episode.
Peace!